Alright guys, I have not done one of these in like 1 or 2 months. Welcome back to another Vlog with Vix, the show where I just ramble on about absolutely nothing, not even I can figure out what I ramble on about, for the next like 5 minutes. Um, so, Justin, if you are watching this, slide into those DMs, that, see, I told you. I haven't even figured out what I've been talking about yet. God, what am I doing with my life? Well, I got water. Water, good for your bones. So if you guys keep up on my Twitter account, then you'll know I am currently writing a book. I'm still trying to decide on a title, but hey, it's coming good so far. I have 4 chapters, and on my Twitter I made a GIF, and I said that's the best you're going to get on an early reading, but I sort of lied. I'm going to do a reading of chapter 1 right now, because I have nothing better to do. Enjoy. I'd woken up so abruptly. I looked around. My genetically enhanced eyes allowed me to see in the dark. Yes, I did say night vision. I saw nothing. I let out a sigh of relief. I was at my house, in my room, not in that hell of a building, the asylum. Just then, Paxton opened my door and walked in. I sensed you were awake, he said so quietly only I could hear it. I had that nightmare again, I replied weakly. I figured you'd want to talk about it. I sighed. Sure. Me and Paxton talked for 3 hours. Every time he flipped it, you know what, I don't want to skip that. So you keep dreaming that the day we left, you didn't make it? Yes, I managed to say shakily. Well, you just have to remember that dreams are dreams and this is real life. I know, cliche, right? Me and Paxton stayed up all night watching TV on my bed. By the time the sun came up, or at least what was left of it, me and Paxton were asleep on my bed, his head on my shoulder. My head on his shoulder. Around 10 o'clock I had gotten up, my head still fuzzy from last night. "Be breakfast!" Grid called from the kitchen. "Be right there!" I shouted back. Alright, that part's cringe, so I'm gonna skip that. I sat down to eggs, bacon, French toast, and orange juice. "This smells really good, Grid, thank you," I said, trying to be polite. "Alright, V, what's wrong, V?" Grid asked. God, these guys knew me too well. "What? Nothing," I said blankly. "There is something wrong. None of us have any manners." Emma chimed in. "Guys, we have company." Alright, it's chapter 1. I skipped all the cringy parts. You can read that for yourself once the book gets released. If you kept up on my Twitter, you'd probably know one part that I skipped involving a shower. So guys, that was the edited version on Google Docs. I have the paper version right here, the one that I had written. It's sort of different, but you know, there are some slight changes, so I'm also going to read that. I had woken up so abruptly. I looked around. My genetically enhanced eyes allowed me to see in the dark. Yes, I did say night vision. I saw nothing. I let out a sigh of relief. I was at my house, in my room, not in that hell of a building, the asylum. Just then, Paxton opened my door and walked in. "I sensed you were up," he said. "I had a bad night. I had that nightmare again," I replied weakly. "I figured you'd want to talk about it." "Sure." Me and Paxton talked for about 3 hours. Cringe. "So you keep dreaming that the day we left you didn't make it?" Paxton asked. "Yes," I managed to say. "Well, you just have to remember that dreams are dreams and this is real life." Cliche to the max. Me and Paxton stayed up all night watching TV. Cringe. By the time the sun came up, or at least what was left of it, me and Paxton were asleep on my bed, my head on his shoulders. Around 10 o'clock I had gotten up, my head still fuzzy from last night. "Be breakfast," Grid called from the kitchen. "Be right there," I shouted back. Go away. Cringe. I sat down to eggs, bacon, French toast, and orange juice. This is really good, Grid. Thank you, I said, trying to be polite. Alright, what's wrong, V? Grid asked. What? Nothing, I said blankly. There is something wrong. None of us have any manners. Emma chimed in. Guys, we have company. That was the unedited version on paper that I wrote down. I hope you all are enjoying that so far. It's cringe. I should probably stop. But no. Anyway, if you guys liked it, be sure to subscribe and like for more stuff like this, vlogging stuff like this. I don't know, that's my gaming outro.